What I like to do is pair the beer to the barrel. When I'm looking at it, I'll taste the bourbon and I'll say, okay, what flavors are coming out of here, and what beer style do I feel best fits the beer?
So we should be tasting that bourbon that is still in there.
Or what your club gets as a...
That's probably a blend of several barrels, right?
Yeah, but you're getting an overall...
So you're getting the general intent,
You're getting an overall...
Right.
Like if there's liquor left in here, then by all means, try that, and then say to yourself, I've experimented with beer before. What beer do I like, and what bourbon, what characteristics are coming out of here at me? So, a lot of it depends on the wood char and things of that nature. If you've got a Jack barrel, then you're going to have a deep char, which sounds to me like stouts or porters. If you have a Buffalo Trace barrel, it's a very light toast on it, so you would probably pair it with lighter, things of that nature. So that's and then since this is really for a great big giant fun experiment, put something crazy in there. Make it fun. Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Worst that can happen is it ends up in the driveway.
The worst thing if you're putting good beer in there, then the worst thing that can happen is you have beer plus bourbon. How bad can that be? It's still going to drink. So, that's a lot of beer.
A friend of mine does a big barrel brew, and sometimes you have good brewers in a club, and sometimes you have mediocre brewers in a club.
People of all levels and skills.
Exactly. So what they do is they brew all together, and the store makes an enormous starter, and they ferment in the barrel. That way you get around having to tell somebody, hey, your beer just doesn't measure up.
Don't you think a yeast character would need it? Then you have a yeast character.
I would be concerned with that,
I don't think I want to ferment in the barrel.
If you're going to do food after you're done using it for a time or two, then have a fun, happy sour barrel and do spontaneous fermentation in it. But personally, I would not initially do that, because you want to get the bourbon character out of it exactly. So you can use this for about 6 times or so, and then you're really going to exhaust the wood flavor out of it.
The bourbon flavor
the bourbon flavor after about 2 times, right, John?
Yeah, maybe even a third one you get a little bit.
What is your experience with contact time with the beer and the wood before you really start to pick up wood flavors?
Yeah, well, it kind of depends on the beer again that you're putting in there. So if you have a lighter, a lighter style beer, then you're gonna notice more quickly, because you're not trying to overcome, like a Russian Imperial Stout, where you've got lots of smoke and coffee and those kinds of things.
So lighter beer might be like, we put a lager in there. I know you won a medal for a wine. Was that like a month or 2, and then a stout would be
No, that's what I'm saying. But I don't pull. I have a place to store things, so I don't pull stuff in and out hot and cold. What I'm saying, for the time frame that you have, because you still have to brew the beer, and you have to age it, and get it ready for July, that it would be best if you would have it so that it would get warm and cold, so that you can flush the beer in and out. The staves, or the wood, opens and closes, and the beer expands, and you're emulating or simulating a rigging house.
Up to how high a temperature?
How high would you let beer get?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking garage in June.
That's going
to
to be a challenge, for sure. So, would you let your good homebrew sit out in the garage in June? Then you might need to clear space in a basement. Somebody's gonna need to have basement space. And these things full,
Just roll them down the stairs.
yeah.
Yeah, never gonna
These
get it
things
out.
full are a little heavy, but a good size, a good sized dolly. If you can find a dolly with a chime hook, all the better.
Brian's darling.
And then you can go, or if you have a garage or not a garage necessarily, but if you have a closet on the main floor that you wouldn't necessarily have to go downstairs with, then yeah, when you start getting into the hotter months, I don't think you necessarily want this to get raging hot.
Well, Jake, you didn't
That's
mention
bourbon.
how long you did your Maybach in barrel.
That's correct. If I told you, it wouldn't matter anyway, because
Different
every
barrel.
barrel is different. So your extraction is gonna be dependent upon the individual barrel that you're
Okay,
doing.
let me ask a more ambiguous question.
Sure.
How long would you store it as long as you could in the wood, or,
No.
so is 3 months a sufficient amount of time?
For what you have,
Yeah.
is what you're saying.
Yeah, well, the
If
time
you're-
we've got to work with.
If you're doing the warm and cold, John turned barrel aged beers around much more quickly than I,
By doing.
by doing the
Yeah.
hot and cold thing.
Okay.
So,